My name is Tariro Chaniwa and I'm the founder and director of Magitare Africa Trust. Our organization aims to foster global understanding through the arts. So I'm a performing artist. I'm a singer-songwriter and guitarist based in Zimbabwe. And as I did a lot of my work, I came across situations where I could see the power of the arts, and I really wanted to get into community development because it was a way for me to get in touch with the communities and see what they're going through. And music was the thing that brought it all together. But I also thought to myself, how can I now ensure that other creatives are also doing the same in their community so that it has a ripple effect? So Magitare Trust was birthed because it really wanted to become that space for the artists, to equip them and to provide those platforms that can allow them to engage with their communities. So in trying to pursue knowledge and trying to understand how to do my work better, I remember I did a course early on in my career by the British Council called the Creative Entrepreneurship course, which was a brilliant course and it set the foundation for my career. Fast forward maybe 15-20 years later, I inquired whether the course was still being administered, and only to find out that there's now an online version called the SoCreative eLearning program. I literally dug into it and it was everything I was trying to put together for the last 20 years. So I started to take this course seriously, and it was amazing the kind of information that was put into this course. It's really perfect for the African creative, and it really puts into context the kind of work that we're trying to do. That's why I really applied for this grant and made sure that we're part and parcel of the delivery of this program. So at the heart of Magitare Africa Trust is that artists need to equip themselves. We like to build the capacity of artists and make sure that they're at a stage where they are investable and they're bankable. So this course really fell in line with that vision. We run the acoustic nights, which harnesses a lot of artists. So the first ever confluence was an eye-opener because as much as we knew there was a need, we hadn't realized just how big the need was. And it also brought together different minds, not just people in the arts space. It brought together policymakers, it brought together entrepreneurs, it brought together the corporate sector. And it's interesting to see how we're all trying to achieve the same vision, and yet when we come together, we can help each other. So confluence is really a coming together of minds. And that event really opened my eyes to the needs of the artists, the needs of the corporate, the needs of the policymakers, and we are providing that platform to make sure that that dialogue happens, and possibly solutions will be coming out of that space. So in Masvingo, yes, the need is even more because it's a small town and there are needs for more platforms. I also saw that the acoustic night made sense because we had artists coming in from Mutare, we had artists coming in from different places, meaning there's a need. There's definitely a need for more platforms for artists to express themselves. The same problems that we are having everywhere else is the same problems that these artists in Masvingo are having. Venues are not enough, platforms are not enough, the artists don't have enough people to come and build their capacity. Investment is not enough in that space. But I think it's also important for us to now make sure that they go through this course and build their capacities to try and source other avenues of being sustainable. Okay, so the Mutare session really hammered on the issues that we are facing in Zimbabwe, in the Zimbabwean creative economy. And I say that because they highlighted the shutting down of certain venues, the shutting down of the National Gallery that was here, the shutting down of the library, and the theatre is hanging on a thread. But they're really trying to do whatever they can to keep the space alive. And I know that the National Arts Council is put out a strategy that speaks into these things, and it makes sense that we need to revive these spaces. But it broke my heart in that this is our livelihood, this is our space, and I think it's important for us now to be more serious about how are we going to rejuvenate these spaces, how are we going to create more programming that allows us to be able to sustain and get revenue for these places, and how are we going to make sure that the community is involved in that space. So I think as much as it is a challenge for Mutare community and the different communities that we've been visiting, I think it's also an opportunity for us to see which stakeholders we can engage, because we are in that space where we're doing events, where we're doing conferencing, where we're doing creative events as well, and we know the kind of revenue that can come in there. So I'm challenged and I'm excited to see how we can push this agenda of making sure that we have enough arts infrastructure, and that's what stood out for me about the Mutare space.
The Victoria Falls Gathering was not just an event. It was a celebration of the vibrant creative economy that's thriving in this stunning, beautiful place. We were privileged to hear from the incredible Claire Connolly, who is a local entrepreneur, and her journey just embodies the spirit of creativity and resilience. Claire shared her first-hand experiences as a businesswoman in Victoria Falls, illuminating the concepts that we explored in the SoCreative eLearning course. She shared some insights that brought out our learning to life, showcasing how creativity isn't just an idea, it's a powerful force that's driving sustainable growth and community engagement. As we immersed ourselves in the heart of the artisan shopping village, we witnessed the creative economy at play. Local artisans showcased their unique creations, captivating international guests with their talent and local passion.
So in the future, I'm really, first and foremost, to get the mindsets right. And I want to continue delivering this course because it gives us a starting point for every artist to be on the same page in terms of the kind of work and the kind of information that we want out there. I do want to export. I feel that we are doing this project to grow the artists locally so that they can have an impact globally. It's one thing to do things at home, but it's also another thing to be able to take our work to the world because it is world class. And I do feel that Zimbabwe has an amazing story to tell, and that story is going to be told by us, the creatives.